Hello, good evening, and welcome to another live stream. This is not one of my regularly scheduled ones, although often the scheduled ones don't seem to happen because I'm feeling too unwell. But anyway, this is me returning to Halo Combat Evolved, the Anniversary Collection version, and I'm looking forward to getting back into the fight. Because last time I was a wee bit feverish, and we had to stop. Well, it was also actually quite late as well, but I had to stop in the middle of a level, and I'd like to get back to that level. So here we go. Halo Master Chief Collection. Press to start, and campaigns. Combat Evolved Anniversary, and we're going to resume. We're on board the Truth and Reconciliation. Yeah, Truth and Reconciliation. What an amazing name for a ship. Presumably an insight into how this coalition of alien creatures came about, as they found peace with each other, or some sort of way of coexisting through truth and reconciliation. Perhaps, I don't know. I haven't looked into their history in that much detail. Probably should. There we go. Grenade. That'll do the job. Oh, I got the update ready. Hang on a second. Just close that. Go away. Go away, will ya? Good afternoon, Meryl. Good evening. Noswaith da. Or supposed to be you, Prynhound da. I knew that was happening. Yeah. He laughed at me. He went, ha, 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 ha. You know, it's so funny when Resident Evil Village came out, or when the gameplay trailers were being released. There was this this whole sort of sub-thread where an awful lot of gun geeks were freaking out at the fact that Ethan Winters in Resident Evil Village can do a tactical reload, which my understanding is that you have, let's say you have two clips with 12 bullets in, I don't know, and you fire 6 bullets from one clip. You haven't emptied the clip, but you decide to reload anyway and put 12 into your gun once more when you take the opportunity. That's a tactical reload. Which, it occurs to me, that's what we've been doing in FPSs forever. You know, in so much as our bullets are just a number at the top of the screen, which I'm aware is probably being obscured by my camera right now for you. But so at the moment, 494 shells, or bullets, sorry, not shells, rounds, and 60 in the gun. So I fire 2 rather, do a tactical reload. And there we go. Now, I know that's not technically the same thing. I know it's not technically the same thing. But I don't understand why people were getting so excited at Ethan Winters doing that in the game. I suppose it showed character progression. He'd had some military training between his appearances in Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village. But, I don't know, it was an odd one. I don't know. How are you, Mr. Soup? Feeling better? Well, yeah, yes and no. I'm no longer in that completely horrible feverish stage, although I have got an awful earache, and this morning almost blacked out in a DIY superstore. So it's clearly at a point now where it's just affecting my brain and my equilibrium. Oh, invisible person, I see you. Oh, 2 invisible people. And Mrs. Soup is also feeling somewhat better, but her earache is may well keep her up tonight again. Actually, last night she got very little sleep, so we shall see. But it's interesting that this bug is affecting in particular our left ears. So right now my left ear is just right up from here to here, just throbbing. Probably because I'm listening to game audio in it. But darn it, I want the experience, so it's worth it. But it's very annoying. And as I was saying to her just before she went to, just before we parted ways, she went to bed.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this.
I'm kind of fed up of feeling ill. I know I was saying it to you on the Discord the other day, wasn't I, Meryl? I'm just fed up. It's been like a month of different versions of feeling quite rough. Well, very rough. Normally in and around my head. It's just, or my jaw.
I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet.
Maybe, yeah. We might need, yeah.
The ring has some kind of deep religious significance.
Well, I think tomorrow, at some point, I'll be up for going to the pharmacy, so...
Some kind of weapon. One with vast, unimaginable power.
That's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Now I see.
Ah.
Intercepted a number of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged.
Funny thing is, this month I'm trying to take a bit of a break. Reducing the amount of Arceo Soup stuff I'm actually doing. But I suppose you can't really have a break while you're ill.
Wipe out the entire human race.
It's hard to...
I have a new mission for you.
It's a pain in the
You
backside.
need to beat the Covenant to Halo's control room.
He's such a tall Marine, isn't he? Master Chief.
Chief, you have the point.
Shut up and get behind me, sir. That's the new level.
We should head back to the shuttle bay and call for evac.
We can do that. Oh. Is that going to be a grenade, or is that a gun that was dropped? Well, at least we've got a team of people now. A squad. Interestingly, that's one of the things that they got wrong in the movie Dog Soldiers, which is an excellent werewolf movie, but also quite good fun in terms of its representation of the British Army. But one of the things they got wrong was the reference to them being a squad, as opposed to I think they're called a unit in the British Army, not a squad. So that was the one little thing. Well, yes, indeed, yeah, break from all the illness, absolutely. Break from the illness so I can actually recharge. That'd be lovely. But yes, it's one of the small things that the script got wrong. But I think the general banter and representation of particularly soldiers that I know and have met, the way that they talk to each other especially from that Iraq War kind of time, it was very similar to what was represented in the movie. So it was weird. It was a weird thing to get wrong on their part. Okay. I like that they have. Hang on, have I gotten turned around? Why are the bodies already here? No, this is the right way. This is the shuttle bay, isn't it? No, it's on the way to the shuttle bay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Maybe the body's already there because I already killed them on the way through. Ha ha. Can we do anything here?
Troublemaker.
Oh, it's going to be another one of these. Let me know. Let me know if the game's too quiet for you, by the way.
But you are right here, where you should not be. Tell your charges to cease their efforts immediately, or a team must not be violated. Construct, respond.
Jumbled grass. Familiar terms. I serve. None serve me.
Your charges must cease all aggression towards the Reclaimers and leave this installation at once. Construct, you are dangerously close to unleashing a force you cannot comprehend.
Bit low, not too bad.
Most inappropriate.
I'll turn up a little bit after the cutscene.
Find, free, explain yourself.
I know their path, and when they have gone, only I shall remain, and then free.
This is quite unsatisfactory, Construct. Your core shows no hint of understanding the gravity of this situation. I will return later for your proper decommissioning.
Interesting.
Well, unless the flood kills us all first. In which case the point will be moot. Good day, Construct.
Yeah, I would really like to be able to map my volume up and down buttons on my keyboard to the volume up and down on OBS. Desktop audio, that is. But you can't, interestingly. There doesn't seem to be any hotkey buttons for that. I think that's up a little bit. Hopefully that's not too loud now. And so I mean you can use Stream Decks to do that, and some even have volume knobs on. But that's quite an investment just to be able to turn the volume up and down without having to exit the game window. Just a shame that you can't map a button for that. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? You're all gonna die, says the Marine.
Cortana to Echo 419. We have the captain and need extraction on the double.
Negative,
Open this
Cortana.
gate.
I've been engaged by Covenant air patrols, and I'm having a tough time shaking them. You'll be better off finding your own ride. Sorry.
Acknowledged, Foehammer. Cortana out.
Air support is cut off, Captain. We need to hold here until she can move in.
Oh no.
Man, we're trapped in here. We're screwed. We're screwed, man.
Game over, man.
Hold up, bellyaching soldier. Remember, you're a Leatherneck. Cortana, if you and the chief can get us into one of those Covenant dropships, I can fly us out of here.
Doesn't make much sense. No.
There's a Covenant dropship still docked.
Well. Here we go. I don't know how this is going to go, but it's one of these sort of wave-type defense situations, which I often don't enjoy, actually, in games. Where'd he go? Okay. We've got to move through here? Oh, no, okay, we've got to get moving. Right, okay, well, let us do that. Come on, soldiers. Oh, whoa. No, would they be soldiers or sailors if they're in a space navy? Oh. Rats, I need a new weapon. Stop moving! Okay. Cool, needler. Okay. But yes, it would have taken very little research to figure out that the British Army doesn't have squads. But then again, the term squaddy is common parlance. So you can see how they fell into that by accident. But what the sound bites from the soldiers. Oh no, I've come down a level too far. Oops. Sorry guys, follow me back again. Up we go. There we go. I'm heroically getting lost with all this music. Boing, boing, boing. Okay. Dunk. Come on. I'm here.
That's it. The dropship is loose.
Everybody, mount up. Let's get on board.
Well, that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. And I walked straight past the control panel. I mean,
Give me a minute to interface with the ship's controls.
No need. I'll take this bird out myself.
Captain, hunters!
ah dear.
Hang on.
Nice one, sir.
Time for a little payback.
Yeah, but I think it's Halo 2 I'm most familiar with, though. I remember definitely playing that one. And the whole opening and jumping off a frigate spaceship and sort of, I think, riding a bomb, basically holding a bomb down towards an enemy ship. Just
The
Just
Covenant
incredible.
believe that what they call the silent cartographer is somewhere under this island. The cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple structures and installations. One of them contains the map room.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to cut out quick. Touchdown.
Okay.
Get it, Marines.
Go, go, go!
Hey, Smig. Good evening.
Area secure. All hostiles have been eliminated.
Excellent.
Affirmative. Echo 419 inbound.
Excellent.
Order, Warthog.
Oh, Warthog. Yes, please.
You know our motto. We deliver.
Again, the halo rising up into the sky. Let's take a look at it on the original graphics. That's not bad, actually. That looks pretty good. Anyway, back to the enhanced. Oh, yeah, and they are Marines. They're not soldiers. They're Marines.
Okay, let's move out. Let's go find the map room that
In the
will show us
Space
the
Corps.
location of Halo's control center.
With USNC. Come on, guys. I know I probably don't need to get out for everything, but the shield was... There we go. Shield was buzzing. Don't bother getting up. Those guys just a little bit further up the beach. Did they not hear any of that?
How'd that feel?
There we go. €600 projector broke yesterday. Oh man! And what do you use the projector for? For like everything? Do you watch TV? Or say stream and game and do work on it, or is it just a work thing?
There, in the cliff wall.
Yeah.
I bet the silent cartographer is somewhere inside that facility.
We got a Covenant welcoming party, sir. They're dogging real tight, too.
Come on, turn around, Gunner. Turn around.
Firing.
Are you blind? Just for soup streams. I see. Right, yeah. Oh, that's a real shame. Then again, presumably it's the sort of thing that you can probably afford to see as an investment, can't you? If you use it for work. Where, ah. Are they not gonna okay, maybe we need to drive up here. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong, rather than going up with the handgun. Dude, you've got a warthog down here. Use it. What are you doing, man? Well, I can imagine a big wall-sized screen must be very satisfying. Oh no, we can't. Can we drive it up there? Let's give it a go. Yes! That's what we want. Good boys. Oh, maybe I should have driven up here. Ah. That makes sense. Watching on a monitor like a pleb? I feel bad for you. So yes, as I was saying the other day, Ruth and I are moving ahead with our plans, and I was so impressed that she just decided to go ahead and immediately just get the same mic as me, because it solves so many of our problems when it comes to audio quality for streaming and for this podcast we're thinking of doing together. So but she was basically saying, look, you know, I've got a bit of spare money, and I want to start this right. So and also she sort of saw it as learning from my experience, and also not having to buy lots of mics at different times over the coming months or years. So, you know, get one mic. She can use it for. She was using it for a video call the other day, and people were commenting on the quality of it. So of the sound. And in some ways, that is. I've talked about this before. That's kind of how I try to see important purchases. You know, go for something that's a little bit more expensive than you necessarily immediately want to pay, and you won't be sorry about it. It'll last you longer, it'll be better quality, and you end up paying less in the medium to long term. Ah, you little... Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where are my guys on the...
Let's go! You got me? I got your back.
There we go, that's a bit better. Oh.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here.
Exactly, exactly. You know, over the years I've owned
The bottom floor of this facility. Let's keep going inside.
at least 5 decent quality mics. And, you know, and luckily I've been able to give them to friends or colleagues over the years, you know. Or, for example, Mrs. Soup, she uses
Don't let
one.
them lock the doors.
Too late. She uses the Blue Yeti mic that I've been using up until very recently for things like voiceover work. So so yeah, it's not all been a waste of time on my part, but it's definitely been accumulated experience that Ruth gets to learn from. There we
I
go.
underestimated the Covenant's understanding of Halo's subsystems. They've locked the doors, and we don't have enough firepower to get through them.
Cortana to Keys.
Go ahead, Cortana. Have you found the control center?
Negative, Captain. The Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this installation's security system.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective. I may be out of contact when we get there. Here are your orders. I want you to use any means necessary to force your way into the facility and find Halo's control center. We have to get to the center before the Covenant.
Any means necessary.
Not an option.
Echo 419 to ground teams. I'll stay on station and keep an eye out for Covenant bogies.
Exactly, yeah. I learned from her hardcore gaming skills. You're right. I've got a lot to learn.
Nothing moving. Good luck, people. Keys out.
We need to find the security override to get this door open.
So where's that likely to be? Is it going to be further around the island, or? Because all the corridors in here look fairly bare. Yeah, it's going to be further around the island, isn't it? Oh, or here? No? So this looks like in the original? I'm going to go with it's further around the island, further along the beach. Okay, guys. Roll out. This is yes, this is the first Halo, yeah. But the anniversary edition, so it originally looked like this. And now it looks like this. Let's see, what have we got?
It looks like there is a path into the interior of the island.
Oh, hello.
Whoa! More over here!
Okay, you guys shoot from there. I think we're doing okay. Oh, is there any more ammo down here? Oh, there's a health pack. That's good. Oh, let's see. I can swap for a standard issue rifle. There's quite a few of them. Go on then. I'll do that. Get some more ammo. Shame you can't carry an extra health pack with you. Sometimes I wonder the reaction if you'd shown something like a modern game to a Halo 1 player. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I can imagine what my reaction would have been. Because with each, for a while, not really anymore, but for a while, with each new games console in particular, came a whole new sense that, oh, this is photorealistic, you know. We can't drive up there. All right, guys, come on. Do you want to come with?
Go, go, go!
Come on. What? No, I don't want to get in the pit. Fine, well, follow me if you want to. Follow me if you want to. If you don't want to, that's your prerogative. Your loss. I love the inventiveness of the Needler as a gun, and the way that the ammo sort of sinks into the weapon as the shards are being used up. It's really, really satisfying stuff. Precisely, yeah. I think I've said that quite a few times. I remember, as I was saying, I think in the last stream, you know, thinking that with regards to GoldenEye, and just these new things that games could do. I don't think I've ever said GoldenEye was realistic, but I remember thinking I don't care what comes next. I think I said to a friend, I don't care what comes next. I just need an N64. That's all I'll need for the rest of my life. Clever girl. Watch out for the grenades. Finally. Okay. squad isn't following. The boys aren't following me. Oh no, a hunter. That's all we need. Come at me, bro. Maybe you don't need to come at me. I'm not sure what this gun has that sort of a range. Hot dog. So yes, the I was watching the live action version of Cowboy Bebop earlier this evening, and it's not as bad as I feared it might be, but it's also not as good as the animated version. Yes, finally. Ow. Let's explain to that person that you can now buy numbers derived from pictures and have them in a blockchain, and the response would be, why? Why? Yeah. NFTs are just gruesome things, and they are the very definition of capitalists trying to now claim the concept of ownership. Never mind requiring capital. I'm sure I've already ranted about this on a stream at some point. Now you just need to have the notion of ownership. You can buy that instead.
Entropy. It has now been 3,000 years since my last contact with any of the other caretakers of the Halo array.
Wow.
Despite their communications protocol, my fellow monitors have either chosen to ignore, or, more likely, have lost the ability to engage in our scheduled updates. The continued lapse of the domain means that we are stuck with achingly slow wormhole superluminal communications. Prior to this total communication shutdown, the only messages I received in the preceding 4,500
loot boxes
were incomplete and quite perplexing transmissions from Installation 05. I suspected that Monitor 2401 Penitent Tangent was not functioning correctly for some time before his messages ceased. I have logged my concerns about his ability to perform his duties. At this point, however, I'm not sure who I file logs for. 2401 may be destined for madness. There are fail-safes for this, I know. I hope they work.
What a lonely existence.
I will continue to visit the projection systems at the assigned dates. Perhaps the other monitors are dealing with interfering galactic phenomena or unexpected system failures. 3,000 years of system failures. Indeed. In the meantime, I have exhausted all scheduled research activities assigned by the Council. Once those experiments were complete, I shut down all Sentinel function and put myself into a state of significant hibernation to measure performance of the installation with negligible upkeep. After 150 years with no noticeable impact upon installation systems or integrity, even in hibernation I became bored. This was quite troubling, as I was led to believe I was not capable of such a state. This was one of the gifts I was promised, an end to strife. I am aware of the dangers of a system such as myself losing operational focus. Quite troubling. I wonder if my fellow monitors are experiencing similar states, or if this is because of my particular path to this installation. For amusement, I have begun a series of experiments involving the evacuation of all matter from contained sections of my installation.
Okay.
By measuring the geologic effects of exposure to the vacuum of space and the eventual biological recovery of these sections, I anticipate getting valuable insight into emergency response scenarios in case of sentient proximity warning.
Oh. Okay. Guess that was us arriving. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to... it really would be so nice, especially in the middle of cutscenes, just to see... Because actually what I noticed there was that the cutscene appeared to be a 3D model of the caretaker floating through 2D art. It was matte paintings. Pardon me. Effective, but it'd be interesting to see how they handle the cutscenes in comparatively in the original. Possibly. That's a good point. Yeah. Because they can't just switch smoothly between the two. Yeah. Maybe, if that's the case. Oh, that was nice. The shards shattering on the rock there. Ah! Down to 1 life bar. No, no. It's okay. Haven't gone back that far. Yes, I got a request for a quote for a workshop in London yesterday, which is quite a way to travel. And I think, oh, is the chat not working? The chat bot? Or is there no one word? And I haven't responded because I'm not sure that they know I'm not in London. So I'm thinking of a way to sort of politely ask, do you know where I am? Oh no, oh no, oh no. There you go. Yeah, it's one word. My understanding is that the Needler, once the first one finds its target, all the subsequent rounds go to that spot, unless of course there's an obstacle in the way. Where's he gone? God, chat went and distracted me there. I blame chat. Where's a good sniper rifle when you need one, eh? Let's just see if there are any other weapons around here. Apparently not. Indeed, yes. Blame chat. It's your fault. Look what you made me do. That'd be quite funny, actually. Not really sure how to proceed here. Don't shoot the trees, that's for one. I said don't shoot the trees. There you are. Such a big guy, he's a bit of a coward, isn't he? Shield respond. Come on, shield, recharge. Oh no, okay, it's going to recharge once it's lost all its. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. It's so nice to not drop frames in streams anymore. Where'd he go? Rats. Waste of a grenade, man. Typical. Typically. Typalke. Well, at the very least, I'm reducing the need for people to have to fight both internet from my end and your end, I guess. Keep on getting killed. And I say clid then. Keep on getting clid. I've been clid. Ach no, I've been clid. Ah! So annoying. Okay. Surely one of these guys is gonna single pixel revolution. That'd be really weird, wouldn't it? Like, this is the abstract pixel, or no, this is the pixel shade we've chosen for this frame. Like this, so this one would just be purple, wouldn't it? This would be a purple pixel if you're watching in single pixel resolution. Playing Ark at the same time. Wow. Who says that's not a great idea? I admire the multitasking. Surely that guy's got to be dead now. 3 grenades, multiple shots to the head. I do love the ammo counter on these guns. They're so much fun. Melee attack for the win. It's fun of using 2 screens. Well, yeah. Or you could be streaming one of them with three screens, yeah.
Use the holo panel to shut down the security system.
Done.
Good. That
Oh,
should
no.
open the door that leads into the main shaft.
Oh no. Where is that guy? Is he back this way? No. Okay, I'm guessing he must be back this way. Internet is too bad to stream.
Mayday, Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
Understood. We're on our way.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. I see him. I think there's 2 of them. Ah! Is that the guy dead? Possibly. Right. This music is quite impressive, actually. It's got a really sort of mournful, sort of impressionistic sense of what this space is. It's nice. Could be the first single pixel resolution streamer. Could be. I'd watch that. I'd pay to watch that. That'd be really interesting to the abstract nature of it.
Chief, Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against hunters, I thought you could use them. Let's move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any cargo we can salvage.
Okay, this is where we were. Yeah, of course. Because I've come up out of the... No! Careful, careful! out of the entrance that we were in. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for the Marine Corps and its health packs. Oh, hello. Oh my. Missile launcher or grenade launcher. That's quite good fun. No one expected the grenade launcher. I think it might be a missile launcher, actually. Come on, guys. Where are you? Have you all run away? Could be a little seizure inducing. It could be, actually. 1 pixel per frame. Now, that would be massively seizure inducing. So if you did a 60 frame per second single pixel stream. Wow. And it'd have to be a square format, a 1:1 format stream as well, wouldn't it? Well, everyone's just standing around. I feel as though I've missed something. I feel as though I'm missing something. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a vacation here. Going on me holly bobs on Halo. Welcome to Halo Holidays. There we go. I'll just do this while the rest of the Marines are around the corner, shall I? Yes, I've been watching an awful lot of a YouTube channel called The Proper People, which is a couple of guys from the US who go around exploring abandoned sites. Ooh, famine skull unlocked. Should help? Nah. Yeah, they're just like monitoring from afar. And yeah, they go to these abandoned places, and it's you know, it's very interesting. I can retrieve the warthog. There you go. It's very interesting, but also it's not only is it amazing to me just how many sites are abandoned in the US in particular, but also across the world. So most recently, I was watching them in a huge complex in China, like a monstrously massive, small city-sized building. But also, it puts me in the mood to watch, oddly enough, The Blair Witch. So I think I'm tempted to do that after this stream, actually, just to watch The Blair Witch before I go to sleep. Because you have that sense of just people going into places and not quite knowing what they're going to find. It's called the Proper People, and they're pretty good. I mean, sometimes you get this slightly weird thing where they'll accept a sponsorship. So it'd be like, today's episode is sponsored by the Ridge Wallet, and you almost get the sense that, like, sometimes they'll say this portion of today's episode, because obviously Ridge Wallet doesn't want to be sponsoring actual trespassing. But it's really interesting stuff and wonderful. You know, they have a really nice sense of decay as well. They seem to appreciate decay in a similar way to which many archaeologists do. They also make some spurious analyses and you know, out there sort of guesses as to what it is they're looking at sometimes, but that's fine. There's no problem there. It's fun. Oh, 2 of them. Okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit like the tape when they go into the abandoned house in Resident Evil 7. A little bit like that, yeah. Well, then, I mean, there may be better channels to watch, Meryl. I mean, I guess these guys, for some reason, just sort of turned up on my recommended, and it turns out that they're pretty good. Oh well, they just killed my guys. Okay, now they killed my guys. I just abandoned my guys. I presumed that they were dead. They weren't dead. Yeah. Okay, so I can't recharge the battery on this. Interesting. Can I swap it for another? I guess I can. Oh, no. This is the entrance that we were at. Brilliant. I'm not sure I worry, but it is a bit annoying. I think sometimes people are just engaging the fact that this is just a computer game, aren't they? Engaging with that fact. Does nothing really matters? Incidentally, this week, given that this is one of the weeks when I'm just live streaming and doing, sorry, last week, and then this week, weeks where I'm live streaming and doing Watching Brief, I've seen quite a jump in comments on the Archaeosoup YouTube channel. It's interesting, and they're not all negative. No, most of them are quite nice comments actually. Some of them have been negative though. Kara Cooney has got herself into hot water, and I am most certainly seeing people trying to make hay with that. They've been not so quietly waiting for an opportunity to dunk on her, I think, for a while now. Oh, hello. And yeah, they've been turning up on a couple of interviews that I did with her and some other stuff, just to say, to accuse her of being a sham academic. Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good. It's been good to see that sort of upswing, and it's interesting because with part of my reasoning for taking it a little bit slower in January was obviously I need the break, but also because I thought, well, actually, it's the quiet time of the year. You know, Christmas was definitely a quiet spell, but. It very quickly picked up to pre-Christmas levels of viewership and commentary, which is good. What did she do? Well, there's a certain person named whose name rhymes with Dial Mitten Mouse, who she mentions in her most recent book. She wrote a book called The Good Kings, and she's primarily interested, as so much of her, I'll come back to that in a second, Smig. So much of her work is interested in is the way in which the ancient world, ancient leaders in particular, in Egypt, made use of potent religion and symbols to reinforce political and, well, religious, and therefore, in a country like ancient Egypt, or in a kingdom like ancient Egypt, political power. Often, the distinction between a high office and a high calling within the faith, or within a temple, was indistinguishable. So she's very interested in that stuff. And she mentioned that particular young man who's been in the news in the US for all the wrong reasons, and unfortunately mistook in the editing process. Somehow it got through various rewrites and editing processes. It got through that she claimed that he had shot two black men as opposed to two white men, and like on her social media, she's always having to deal with, you know, she's a woman. She's talking about essentially the patriarchy. She's using ancient analogies to discuss how people corrupt power structures. You know, I mean, she's always got someone trying to patronize or insult or threaten her, but they jumped on this as an example of her bias showing through, and her, you know, well, for example, today I've had some comments where people have been saying that she's a white male hating sham academic and all this kind of thing. And you know, it's unfortunate. The thing is, though, editors are there for a reason, and fact checking is there for a reason, and it's quite a basic fact for her and subsequent editors to have got wrong, but it does happen. And I do believe, yeah, sure, it probably does show an element of her bias. You know, this guy had a very strange idea of what it was to protect property, cross state lines with a rifle to protect the prospect of protecting someone else's property because he felt a kinship to them. Well, you can see why especially in the face of BLM protests, why the assumption was made on some level that he shot people who were not white, but he did, and also, frankly, it's actually a bad presumption that everyone in the BLM protest was black. Anyway, the point is, it's a mess, and she's owned up to it. She's immediately acknowledged it. Presumably, the second edition and the paperback copy will have amendments. But also, you know, because if she gives an inch, they will take 10 miles. She's not saying, "Oh yeah, okay, fine, yeah, you got me. I'm a sham," you know. So I don't envy her at all. But for my part, she's not engaging with the comments because for my part, I am monitoring them and frankly deleting them. They have nothing to do with the interviews or the content in question, and they just, well, for example, they all seem to be curiously female named YouTube profiles who have no YouTube content and who have only ever commented on this one video. So I'm not convinced that they are exactly what they say they are, and therefore I don't see any reason to have to indulge those comments. Yeah, I'm not pro censorship, but I think this is more curatorship of the comments section on otherwise very interesting conversations. So, you know, in and around Halloween, we were talking about the ghost story of Khonsu-Amhab, the high priest, being visited, or rather say visiting. They're being visited by a ghost who was not resting in peace in ancient Egypt. That has nothing to do with her most recent book. So, although actually her most recent book is mentioned at the end of that video, but that's not why they're there. They're there. They're there because they want to crap all over. The assumption was very common early on due to circumstances and some of the reporting. Absolutely, it was very common. I presumed it myself until I shoots at BLM protest. You know, I was like, oh my goodness, until I obviously read a bit about what happened, which only became more and more bizarre. It's a weird situation, although possibly it's not weird. Maybe it's just weird to an outside observer. I don't know. I can't comment on that with authority, I guess. But moderation is necessary for deep conversation. It's not really an option, especially when it's just abuse. You know, it's swearing, it's slurs, it's unhelpful. And, she has elsewhere taken ownership of it and apologized already. She's not trying to say, no, I was right all along. No, I'm absolutely right. From a certain point of view, I'm completely correct. No, she's not doing any of that, so...
Set the table. Engage enemy forces on site.
Set the table.
It'll be easier to hold them off from inside the structure. Can you get inside?
Negative. They're closing in too fast. Negative. Chief, you gotta find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Well, exactly. Yeah, she is an enticing target. She's a high-profile academic. She's a high-profile feminist, which is increasingly a dirty word amongst those sorts of people. She is a those sorts of particularly angry people. She's, dare I say it, quite good looking. So in that sense, there's a weird often a weird attraction that they seem to have to her as well. So it's weird all around, and I don't envy any female academics, frankly, online. You admire people like what? I've mentioned lots of different types of people. Sorry, in the past few minutes, Meryl. Sorry. Just going to switch to my missile launcher. Might as well. Why not? Is this our target?
That hollow panel should activate the map.
Okay.
Analyzing. Halo's control center is located there. That structure appears to be some sort of temple or shrine, if I've interpreted this correctly. Interesting. A shrine is an unlikely place to put such a significant installation.
Cortana to Captain Keyes.
The captain has dropped out of contact, Cortana. His ship may be out of range or having equipment problems.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've re-established contact, and then tell him that the Master Chief and I have determined the location of the control center. We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
Affirmative. Faux hammer out.
I do love the name of that ship, the Faux Hammer. Oh. I love these little hologram things. Oh, cool. They were there in the original as well. Interesting. So I take it, do you mean that you admire people who take ownership of their mistakes? Yeah, open carry of guns is bound to be at times deeply problematic. You know, I'm not against responsible gun ownership. I don't think it's always a bad thing. It's an alien concept to me. That doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. But the way that people open carry is weird. And threw a grenade at the wall in front of myself. And it's sort of exemplified by and I've talked about this before, I think, the airsoft people, you know, the tactical people who turn up at protests in body armor that's actually hasn't got the armor plates in it, this kind of thing, you know. Just there to look good, or look the part. That I don't understand either. Comes across as cosplay, actually, at times. So I suppose I do understand cosplay. Anyway, we're back to this awesome music. I've seen... No, I don't want a missile launcher here. Or maybe I do, it's a good melee weapon. Bring a rifle to an emotionally charged protest, showing the implication that you're there to keep those people under control is obviously antagonistic. And things are going to end badly. You're definitely upping the odds of things ending badly, I think. Certainly. Without a doubt. Again, I suppose I'm trying to be as understanding as I can be, but I really don't understand traveling to someone else's neighborhood, unless you see those people as akin to you, you know, in another state with a gun. I'm trying to avoid the obvious implications. But traveling so far with a weapon implies that you're looking for a fight or for a reason to use it, you know. Up we go. But, as has been pointed out on many occasions in conversations I've had about this, you know, ownership of guns is not necessarily the problem. If you look at countries like Canada, for example, I think they own more guns per capita than the US, but they have a far lower murder rate. It's something else going on, and it's, I don't think it's simple to quantify. Wanted to LARP. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the LARPing. Bit of cosplay, bit of live action roleplay. Get to go home and say that you did your bit, you know, that kind of thing. In the face of protests. Where are these guys? I've got to find my way up topside, but I don't know how to get topside. Anyway, hopefully we're not alienating our current resident American on the stream, Meryl, with this conversation. Like I say, I fully recognise that there are bound to be aspects that are just difficult to grasp unless you are from the United States. And oh, I saw you in the cutscene. Oh, I don't get to carry your gun, your sword? That's hardly fair. I can see myself easily fantasizing to walk around a crowd with a gun to protect a business. Well, I mean, look at me. I'm playing an FPS right now. You know, it's
Cortana to Echo 419. The chief and I are topside.
It is fun.
Pickup.
Mucking about with guns, and if you think that you're just going to go there and look good, I can see how things can escalate. Oh no, this is the gun I dropped earlier. Ah! It's really weird that the way that he's become such a essentially a right-wing celebrity, or Republican celebrity at the very least. That's been odd to observe, definitely. Okay, dropship waiting. Up we go.
Let's get moving. Foehammer, here are coordinates and a flight plan I've worked out.
Oh, they're called Pelicans.
Cortana, these coordinates are underground.
The Covenant did a thorough seismic scan, and my analysis shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep tunnels, which circle the whole ring.
I hope your analysis is on the money, Cortana. This Pelican won't turn on a dime.
Look on the bright side, Foehammer. The last thing the Covenant will expect is an aerial insertion from underground.
Well, yeah. Yes, absolutely, yeah. The cat is out of the bag, out of the box. out of the bag, and also in that sense, the you get tied up in so many hypotheticals. Don't you? I mean, I have a friend from New York who she's very fairly strict, if not harsh, gun control actually, in terms of the spectrum on this conversation, but she also uses terminology like, well,
Roger that. We'll be able to find our way to the control center from here.
like anything is dangerous in the wrong hands, this kind of thing. So I think as soon as you get into that notion of are they good or are they bad, even people who really think they're bad will say, oh, well, a knife is dangerous in the wrong hands. A pineapple is dangerous in the wrong hands, So the conversation ends up going nowhere. Okay. Right, so seeing as this is the next level, I think, if it's okay with you guys, I think I might leave it there for tonight. It's only been an hour and a half stream, but obviously it'll let Meryl concentrate on Ark. But also as well, it gives me a chance to go and watch Blair Witch and get to bed hopefully before 1 o'clock. I really fancy watching that film, I really do. And then tomorrow I'll do a more full fat live stream we'll be returning to Absalov finally, and hopefully completing that game. So I'll do that tomorrow as my scheduled Tuesday live stream, I think. Blair Witch before bed. I know. The thing is, I love it. I love that film, and it really doesn't. It doesn't get under my skin, in the same way that one might think it would. Then again, because I've been watching the Proper People a lot lately. Last night I did dream of exploring an abandoned shopping mall. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, hopefully that's okay with you guys. Well, I don't suppose I need permission per se, but it has been fun. I am enjoying myself. But I'm going to go and watch that and then head off to sleep. Yeah, it's been fun. We had another serious conversation while playing. I noticed a couple of viewers dropped away when we started talking about gun ownership. But it's that's no problem at all. No, it's been fun. I have your permission, Smig. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you take care, Meryl, as well, and everyone else. I'll see you. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to returning to Absalov and that whole fascinating future Viking Norse horror concept. Yeah, seeing where it takes us. Grand. Best to you all. Have a good rest of your day and or night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.